Tamara, Daphnee, welcome to Us Weekly. I am so excited for this brand new history-making show, Beyond the Gates. Was this an instant yes for the both of you?
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, I only had to consider that I have other work that had already been on my calendar, you know, that I couldn't just chuck, you know. So once I learned, you know, what the show was centered around, the African-American family that it was being built around and being the matriarch of this incredible family, and then that they could work around my schedule that was existing. I was like, yeah, I'm in.
I'm in.
I mean, I got the audition. I was just happy to be a working actor. And it took a few days for me to for it to sink in the magnitude of what this show was going to stand for, represent. And I was like, over the moon. And then I got really nervous, but it's been amazing.
Yeah. What made you so nervous about it?
The weight, right? That we're carrying, for an entire culture, right? But proudly, I get to feed off of this woman, Carla Mosley, Clifton Davis, and they've just like gotten me to be super comfortable. This part of the business I don't like so much, the public speaking. But I'm slowly getting better.
Yeah. So tell me about Mrs. Duplaix. She is the matriarch of this family. She's a strong woman, but I feel like there's some secrets hidden.
Well, you know, it's a soap opera, right? So at some point, something's going to happen. But yeah, Anita, she's the matriarch of the family. She's married to Vernon Dupree, who is a retired senator, played by the Clifton Davis. And she has two daughters, Nicole, played by Daphnee, and Danny, played by Carla Mosley. And she has grandchildren, so she's a grandmother. But she's a very fly grandmother. You know, she's hip, she's fly, she's elegant.
She's sexy.
Thank you. She's very, you know, very relevant and, you know, and that was important to me to play that kind of character. You know, a silver fox, if you will. You know, a woman of a certain age, you know, who has her natural hair color and is rocking her world. You know what I mean? Because it's not over till it's over. You know?
Definitely.
So it's great. And she was a singer before she met and married her husband. So, you know, she has a background that is going to come back to haunt her, let's just say.
Okay.
I can just give that little bit, that little tidbit there.
And I play Dr. Nicole Dupree Richardson, who is the eldest of the two Dupree daughters. She's a psychiatrist. We like to say both of our characters are like the calm, you know, with the storm happens around us until it all unfolds, because every character will have their roller coaster ride. But she is grounded. She wears her heart on her sleeve. She's a caretaker. But you know, like we said, the onion will peel, right, and you will discover more.
Sure,
and we'll go deep,
right? Because this perfect marriage, probably not so perfect.
Nothing's perfect.
Nothing's perfect.
Exactly.
And then we have
just like real life,
right? Exactly, real life. And then it kind of the first few episodes center around this marriage that is happening between Danny's ex-husband and Haley.
And
it seems like this wedding is this like the red wedding of
right.
You never know, okay? You never know.
You gotta tune in to find out.
Exactly.
Right.
But yeah, the first episode, you know, opens with a bang, and you know, it's already drama because Danny's husband has left her for a younger woman who was the friend of their daughter. Right. You know, so it's scandalous already, you know. And so we're already starting with the drama and going from there. So it's going to be great.
It's going to be so good. It really is going to be good. You know, obviously you came from the soap opera world, did it for so many years. Was it kind of like riding a bike, getting right back into it?
Yeah, it was actually. It really was. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I spent 15 years on As the World Turns, you know, and when you develop that kind of muscle, it doesn't really go away. It just has to be awakened.
Exactly, yeah.
And so, so we jumped right in, and we had to jump right in because from day one, it was massive amounts of material, a big event,
Few big events,
a long day, you know. So yeah, from day one, it's just like, okay, I remember this.
Sure. Yeah.
Right.
No. And there's so many moving parts too. I think that there's like 27 different sets.
27
So you're just
27 beautiful sets.
Right. It really is. Like
Yeah.
the production, everything top notch. It really
Gorgeous.
is.
They really did pull the best of the best in every single department for this show. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And that's the other historical component. The heads of these departments are African American, talented, you know, successful, people, head of the set designer, the lighting designer, the head of wardrobe, the head of hair and makeup, everyone is African American, and that's the first time in my career, and I've been doing this a long time.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's exciting.
That is
too.
exciting. I love that you've been saying that this is not your grandmother's soap opera too.
That's right. It is not your grandmother's soap. It's very 2025.
It is. Yeah. No, I feel like it kind of spans all generations. Like
it really does.
It's
It's multi-generational, multicultural. It's helmed by an African-American family, but it is for everybody. Yeah. I keep saying that we're not reinventing the soap wheel. We're just making it better.
Elevating it.
Yeah, elevating
it.
Elevating it.
I mean, we haven't had a new soap opera, in 25
years.
So why do you think that is? Like, because people obviously get so invested in these characters and these stories and my mom has watched, the same soap opera from 20 years ago. So what do you think it is about soap operas that keep people hooked for so long?
Because you're investing in the people that you're watching every day. I describe it, a friend broke it down to me and said, when you go to the movie theater, it's like going to church and there's God up on the screen and you worship that, but you have no connection really to it. And then when you're watching a primetime television show that's once a week, it's a little bit closer. But daytime drama, these people are in your home every single day, 5 days a week, and you live your life along with them. And so I think that's the kind of investment that happens from the audience to daytime drama and why it lasts so long, because the audience falls in love with these people. They love to love them or they love to hate them.
Right. Yes. And then they really truly feel like they know you, right?
Yeah. And that kind of maybe speaks to the weight of, this responsibility of these characters and everything, because you are entering these people's homes every single day and becoming part of their daily routines and their lives. Yeah.
Indeed. And this family is representing a slice of Black life here in the United States that has never been seen before really on television, daytime or nighttime. So it's another, it's another thing that we're striving to represent in the most beautiful, positive way. But at the same time, have some scandal, some lies, some secrets, et cetera, et cetera.
Right, and it's sexy too.
Right.
Oh,
yes, it's very sexy.
Very sexy.
Yes, there's eye candy for everybody.
Eye candy and there's housewives candy too. Right. Us weekly parents as well. Yes. When I was watching, I was like, oh my God, there's the Grande Dame herself. What was it like having Karen Huger on set?
She was hysterical. And for me, every time I watch that scene, it's like she stole the scene, right?
She's totally stealing the scene behind the people. I'm like, I'm so glad that wasn't me, because she's upstaging those children. And I'd be like, wait a minute, stop. Just stop it right now.
Yes, she's like giving the side eye.
Side eye and snapping fingers. I'm like, yeah, it's good.
I love it. Are you big Housewives fans?
I used to be, and I fell off.
And I'll be transparent. I didn't know who she was.
Right, yeah.
When she came on the set, and so I asked, and they're like, oh, she's from the Housewives of Potomac. And I was like, okay, perfect. Because that's where our fictional community is.
Sure, yeah.
It's in the DMV, you know, so it's great to have that little cameo of her.
Definitely. And we have some other big guest stars as well, right?
There are other cameos, so lots of surprises.
Lots of surprises. Is there anybody from the soap world that you are just dying to get on the show?
Ooh, wow.
I mean, well, we just brought on John and Katie and they
Katie
were
McLean.
Katie, thank you. They're that's 30 plus years, and they're phenomenal. And like everybody, I grew up a soap fan. I started watching when I was 4 years old with my auntie. And so to be able to work with them now. I mean, I'm a fan.
We'll see who else we can bring on. We'll see who else we can bring on. But there's a roster of extraordinary actors who made their bones in daytime. So, I'm sure the writers they're thinking about it.
Sure.
They're thinking about it.
And I'm sure once everybody sees the show, everybody's going to come and knocking and be like, I want to be a part of this.
Well, that's kind of already happening. And what's so great, because, when this was announced and when they were first reaching out, a lot of people were like, a soap opera in Atlanta? I don't know if that, and now the attention the show is getting, and now that you're seeing some of it and you can see what it is and the caliber, so people are a little more like, can you help me get on that show? Can you help me get on that show?
Do you approach acting in soap operas different than you would? No. Okay.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. And this is what I had to share with our cast, some people who had never done daytime before. Acting is acting. And it is about being truthful and honest in the moment with the material you're given. Now, yes, soap operas are slightly heightened. You know, we have the tag, you know, we call it who gets the egg at the end of the scene, you know, where the camera stays on you, you know, and you have to react and hold the thing, you know, but it has to be honest and truthful because that's what acting is. You know, it's telling a story and being honest and truthful about the story you're telling.
How about you? Same?
Yeah, I agree with everything she just said. Yeah, I don't have anything else to add to that right now.
Besides your own storylines, which other story are you the most invested in that you can't wait to see? Obviously, you know where the story goes, but like that you just can't wait for maybe viewers to see.
Funny enough, we don't necessarily know where the story goes. So and then I just found out she does exactly the same thing. I did for the first like dozen episodes. I read so that I knew what was going on and I knew the characters. And then I just started pulling out my scenes. And that's all I read because I'm a soap fan too. And I want to be a fan of this show. So I want to be just as surprised. So the kids will be in hair and makeup and they're, you know, talking about their storyline. I'm like, shh, hush it. I don't want to hear it.
That's hysterical.
Yeah. I love to watch with the audience. So I just focus on my work. And then when I watch the show, I can enjoy everying else that's happening around it.
So then which other storyline are you the most invested in that you can't wait to see what happens?
I can't tell you.
You're not there yet.
All I will say is I am such a fan of watching Carla Mosley work and my mom and my dad work. I will sneak off onto set when I'm not needed to watch because they're so good. It's like watching a master class.
Yeah, no, it really is. Have you all become a family on set?
Immediately.
Instant jelly.
Yes, absolutely. And it's a great group of people.
It really is.
So we're really having a good time with each other.
Who's the king or queen of the blooper reel?
Oh, blooper reel! Wow, I don't know. I mean, everybody right now. Everybody right now. So you know, it's good. There'll be some cute outtakes.
Yeah, definitely.
If we put it together,
right? You had such a long run on Law and Order as well. Is there anything that you really miss about that character?
Oh, not really, because every now and again, you know, they dust her off. They take her off the shelf, dust her off, put her back in the morgue, give her some words to say, you know, some complicated words to say, you know. But also, I mean, Law and Order is on every day, all day, all over the world. And so I can always just pop it on and watch it, you know.
Like a daytime soap.
Like a daytime soap, yes. And, you know, and stay connected in that way. So, it's great. And 23 years is a very, very beautiful run with that show.
Seriously. I mean, not many actresses can say that they've had so much success on so many different shows and genres and things like that. So kudos to you. That's amazing.
Thank you.
It really is.
Exactly.
Out of all the characters that you've played, do you have a favorite that you love you'd love to go back to over and over again?
It would probably be Devil's Advocate and the character I played in the Devil's Advocate, you know, because Jackie, she was so delicious. You know, she was just really delicious because she was so like, you just didn't expect, you know, her to be like one of the devil's minions. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the way that she, you know, passive aggressively manipulated Charlize in the movie was fantastic. And when I got the part, I was like, oh, I know who this woman is. This is Rosemary's Baby. This is Rosemary's Baby, and it's I can't think of the actress' name right now because I'm having a brain fart. No, not Mia Farrow, the neighbor, the older woman, right? The older woman who was the neighbor. Her name will come to me. But anyway, I was like, okay, this is who she is. Who, you know, who seems to be friendly, friendly neighbor, very supportive. How can I help you? Welcome to the building, all that good stuff. You know, but you know, she's one of the devil's disciples. And I was like, so that's who that is, except I'm younger and I'm black and I'm prettier.
Was it very, you know, going back to that set, was it light on set with dealing with such a dark subject, or like how did you try to all keep things light on set?
You know, it was a heavy lift.
Sure, yeah.
That movie, it was a heavy lift, but you know, we really enjoyed each other. You know, working with Charlize, we just met on that, and she was lovely, and Keanu was sweet. You know, he was really super sweet. And Reuben Hudson, who played my husband, you know, we had known each other because we worked together in theater before. And then I had already worked with Pacino on the film City Hall. So, you know, so that was comfortable.
Right.
So, yeah, it was a good time.
I gotta go back and watch that. It's been a
know,
minute.
right?
That's
It's
such a
one of my
good
favorite
movie.
series.
It really does. It
Yeah.
really does. You know, so many people turn on soaps and things like that because that's their comfort. That's what makes them laugh, makes them cry. What do you like to turn on to make you laugh?
Oh,
or movie, TV show?
Well, I'll generally do like a stand-up. I've been doing watching a lot of stand-up. Yeah, because especially when your day-to-day is just wild and crazy, and I have 4 kids and navigating business and acting and family, I want to tune out and just and then I can still do things, right? I can hear it and I can clean up, I can do dishes, I can cook. So yeah, now.
I watch Tropic Thunder.
What is it about Tropic Thunder that you love?
It's hilarious. And Robert Downey Jr. is brilliant in that movie. He deserved an Oscar for that role. He was brilliant in that because I knew that brother he was playing. I knew exactly, brother, he lived around the corner from me.
That's a good movie. What do your kids think about this new role?
You know what? They've been so chill. Yeah. I'm waiting I'm like, what are they saying to their friends? I know my daughter, who's the youngest, she's 9. Her whole school knows, right? So like the principal called me. She's like, because I've been traveling a lot. And my home base is Denver, Colorado. So she called me and she was like, she's like, she doesn't know the name of the show, but she says you did a show. I'm like, oh my God, she's so sweet. So apparently her whole school knows, and hopefully they'll be tuning in or, streaming on Paramount Plus. But yeah, my boys are like, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. I love it so much. Well, congratulations to you both. It is so amazing. It's such a great show. I can't wait for everybody to tune in. This historical show. It really is. It's much needed and long awaited, and I'm so excited.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad you like what you saw so far. Just the tip of the iceberg.
Exactly.
I know. Thank you both so much for coming by.
Thank you for having us.